Okay, so if you've been anywhere online lately, you know the internet is absolutely buzzing about the next chapter of HBO's The Last of Us. But with so much talk, what's actually real and what's just fan theory? Well, that's what we're here for. We're going to break down everything we really know about the future of the series. Let's dive in.
First things first, let's just take a second to remember why everyone is so excited. I mean, this show is so much more than just another apocalypse story, right? It's a total masterclass in emotional, character-driven TV that has completely, and I mean completely, captured our hearts and minds.
And all of that incredible acclaim, that massive fan base, it all boils down to the one question that is on literally everyone's mind. What comes next for Ellie in this world? So let's try to figure it out together.
Now, before we even touch the rumors, we have to get our heads around the sheer scale of the show's success. This isn't just, a hit series. It's a genuine global phenomenon. And that massive success is the real foundation for all the speculation about what's coming next.
This right here, this is basically the show's magic formula. You've got these absolutely heart-wrenching performances, an adaptation that's just so incredibly faithful to the spirit of the game, and this world building that's so immersive you honestly feel like you're right there with them. It's that perfect combination that creates something truly special.
And here's the proof in the pudding. This chart really shows you the result of that magic. The show has been consistently trending all over the globe, in places like the USA and Australia, which just proves that its story connects with people everywhere. This kind of sustained popularity, that's exactly why HBO is so invested in its future.
Okay, so with that incredible global success driving the whole conversation, let's finally get to the juicy part, decoding the actual reports. It's time to sift through all the noise and find out what credible information we actually have about the show's development.
So, with all the chatter you see online, which whispers can we actually trust? Look, there is a ton of speculation out there, but there is one piece of information that really stands out as being significant.
And boom, here it is. This comes from Deadline Hollywood, a top-tier, super reliable industry source. They're reporting that early casting discussions are already underway for crucial characters from the second half of the game. Now, here's the key takeaway. Early casting isn't just talk. It means budgets are being talked about, people are being considered, and production is actively moving forward. This is a huge signal that HBO is all in on bringing the full story to life.
So, this casting news pretty much confirms they're adapting the rest of the game, which, of course, leads to the next big question. How are they going to do it? The creators are facing this really fascinating challenge of balancing loyalty to the game with the creative freedom that television gives you.
And this slide lays out that balancing act perfectly. On one side, you have this deep commitment to adapting the key, powerful moments from the game, staying true to that original vision. But on the other side, there's a huge opportunity for creative expansion, weaving in new material to make the story even better for TV, just like they did so successfully in the first season.
This whole balancing act leads to a theory that's really gaining a lot of steam online. Given the sheer scale and, let's be honest, the complexity of the second game's plot, is it just too big for one more season? Yeah, the thinking here is that splitting the story across more than one season would let the show keep that meticulous, careful pacing we all loved. It would give these really complex characters and some pretty shocking plot points the space they absolutely need to land with the same emotional gut punch on screen as they did in the game.
So we've got some credible reports, we've got some solid theories on the story. But what does all that mean for when we might actually see it? Let's get into the practical, real-world side of a production this massive.
Look, making a show of this quality and scale is a marathon, not a sprint. It all starts with pre-production, and that includes the writing and the casting discussions that we're hearing about right now. That's followed by months and months of principal photography, and then a really long post-production period for all the editing, sound, and visual effects. It is a long road.
But here's the key thing to remember. While HBO is, of course, keeping any official dates super quiet, the very fact that we're hearing this chatter about casting is a huge positive sign. It confirms the wheels are already turning. Things are happening.
Okay, so we've looked at the show's incredible success, the reports that are trickling out, and the production realities. Let's pull all of this together and really look at the big picture for the future of the series. So let's just put it all together. Fact: we have a proven global hit. Fact: we have credible reports that early development is already underway. And fact: we know HBO is committed to telling the full story. When you add all of that up, the conclusion is pretty clear, isn't it? The future for this series looks very bright.
And really, this is what matters most.
You have a creative team that is so deeply dedicated to this world. You have an incredibly passionate global fan base, and you have a studio that knows it has something truly special on its hands. That combination right there, it's a powerful force that pretty much guarantees we are going to see Ellie's journey all the way through to its conclusion.
And that just leaves us with one final, fascinating question to think about. For those of you who know the game, you know its story is one of the most talked about and, frankly, divisive in modern gaming. So as we look ahead, you have to wonder, will this fateful adaptation make the next chapter of the show its most controversial yet? I guess we'll just have to wait and see.